my phone. I'ma check.
Yeah, boy. Alright. So it says that we're alive. Well, it says that we're live on my computer. But I don't have any faith in this. It says we're live now. Alright, you want... Is it popping up for you?
Let me see. Alright, it's here. Let me see.
Let me see.
Alright, I hear Sin's voice.
Why, hello there. We are...
Hello there.
The Smixy.
And I hear myself. Okay.
Hey.
Try Vol's voice.
Why, hello there.
I hear Sin's voice.
Are we in the same call as a demon? That's what it sounds like to me.
Yes. All of my spoons have come to force.
Alright, it seems like they... Yep, we can hear everybody.
Hey, nice.
Sweet.
Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the first epilogue of Fallout Titans Clash. Now I have a special thing, but it's going to be done in the second epilogue, which is going to be done at our usual time on Saturday at 7 p.m. PST. So if you guys want to see the true final finished ending, the true marker for the ending of Titans Clash, go check out that bit, because it's going to be a really impactful bit, and it's going to really thunk you in the heart, alright? So, but today, we're here with, Zero, and, we're here with Wandy, with Rogue, or Jack, and we're here with Vol, or Avery. And if you guys want, Rogue, if you want to pop into Roll 20 as well, will be gained to you at some point later, so not a problem. Now, Zero only has about an hour or so we're going to be, is kind of tie up loose ends, you know, see the things that we haven't really gotten to see between the characters and stuff, because we've been going through side quests and main stories. We got to see Krampus, you know, taking a mini nuke to the face last episode. We got to see, you know, heartbreaking stuff, you know, Jap Taxi shot himself, and all of us have had very heart-wrenching moments in the story. Sasuke and Ace are currently recovering in the hospital, and they're almost dead. They legitimately have almost died. The healing process is slowly beginning for them. And Wandy left last episode. He left about 6 days after, you know, the big fight happened. And he started heading back to Deathfall. Or... Is it Deathfall? I think it's called Deathfall. Yeah, Deathfall. Now, if you guys look at the main map, the distance between Passion City up here and Deathfall is quite a distance. So almost certainly took you a couple of days to get there. Now, it has been a long time. In fact, I think it has been since you left to join the party to go up to Passion City originally. I believe it's been around a month to a month and a half since you've left Avery pretty much to her own devices. You know, to everything that she's been doing, her planning. She's there with Winchester, you assume. And he's been kind of back and forth area. She actually hasn't seen him for a couple of days. And Jack, I assume, Jack, you left at some point to go on your own way, you know, find the gnomes and shit. Rogue?
Yeah?
Yeah, I assume your character left at some point, you know, moving from town to town, kind of.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much deciding I'd rather deal with, everything in the Mojave than
all this crazy.
all this craziness, because I think last time I remember being in is having to drink
Oh yeah, you had to drink the blue milk.
The blue milk, and that kind of snapped him into a state of mind where
you don't
wasn't
want to
sure
be
where
here
to go, and then something about saying about gnomes taunting him to the point where he finally just went after them and kind of chased them back to the Mojave.
So, Avery, it's been about a month and a half. Most of the people that you knew previously have left. Winchester left a few days ago, saying something or another about trying to find, technological advance. Some, small distance away, but he'd be coming back. But you haven't seen him in a couple of days. You don't really know what happened to him. He just kind of disappeared. Jack left a few weeks ago, saying something about hunting gnomes. Also, him telling you stories about drinking Krampus's human milk of kindness, or milk of human kindness, which was a combination of his saliva, sweat, and 100-year-old milk. So you're not entirely sure how much he was really thinking at that point. You're kind of around, Vixen Savage a little bit, but she tends to stay away from you. Her crew tends to keep a little bit of a distance on you. So for the most part, at least for the last couple of weeks, you've been pretty much completely alone. What was your character been doing? What's been in her mind so far?
I'm probably actually thinking about what to do with her newfound her recovery. Yeah.
You're able to breathe again. You're able to walk easily as long as you keep drinking. You experimented with this for one day where you didn't drink, and that did not feel good. So as long as you keep drinking, you're pretty much in tip-top shape. Looking in a mirror, you don't look any older than you have since really you started on your journey, more or less. It's a few wrinkle lines, but not much. You seem being tip-top health shape. You're able to breathe, think, talk, and everything like that, and your reflexes as fast as ever. Only problem is that your leg is still gone, but you've long since gotten used to that.
So she's just been off to herself, just doing a lot of reflecting, thinking, trying to deciding what she actually wants to do with with this life. If she really does want to continue it or have it all come to an end. She needs to stop dancing around Wanderer, or as she most kind of recently found out, is actually, the man that she's been fucking grieving over for the past forever now.
The only
And
part of your
actually,
life that has come back.
yeah, and actually tell him the truth, and they need to decide what they're going to do. So she has been respectfully minding the mutants, just been extremely quiet. Probably out killed a couple of the wildlife with her
Hunted
good
some
old
rad
trusty.
roaches,
Yeah, because fuck rad roaches. And
Um,
and always doing it with a good old hand of Jack Daniels.
So yeah, it's been like a month and a half now. And as you're just kind of inside at the moment, probably cleaning your gun for the 17th time that day, because you really don't have too much else to do besides thinking, take care of your baby. You hear a very familiar and at this point slightly concerning, considering you haven't heard it for so long, walk. Mostly because Wandy has a very specific type of walk he does because he's in full clothing the entire time he's walking. He's the only person you've ever met who sounds like that because he's the only person I've met who will wear a full outfit in 100-degree weather. You've gotten very used to that sound, and
That
hearing
is
it
one
now
thing.
is very concerning. But also probably happy and sad. I'm assuming you turn to the door as he opens it.
Yep.
Alright, Wandy.
Yep. He sort of walks in and stares at you. Hey.
Hi there, Wandy.
How's it going?
Kind of boring around here, actually. Not much going on. Everyone went up and left, and, well, besides Vixen and her, wife? Yeah, I've kind of been the only one here.
Sorry about that. As he kind of limps
Yeah, you're still in
onto the.
a fuck ton of injuries at the moment.
Yeah.
You could easily notice this since you've been around him for so long. To most people, he looks like a regular guy in full outfit. To you, he looks like he got hit by a train that was loaded with TNT that was suplexed by God into him. He does not look okay, and by all rights and purposes, he should not be walking, much less whatever distance he went to go back to.
Well, Wandy,
Yeah.
it looks like you took a nuke that was suplexed by a mutant that was on fire and on rads.
You're pretty close on that assumption, actually.
You dumb fucking idiot. Alright. You're lucky that I still have a whole bunch of medical supplies.
Alright.
So she just moves over to the side and she's just going to just begin, well, helping him put on bandages and making it feel less painful.
It's a bit of a struggle considering all of his clothes and stuff like that, but you do manage to do a little bit of comfort to him without mostly adding to his injuries. So it's a little bit of help.
Well, at this point, she's just forcing, like, whether if he likes it or not, she's just taking all, like pulling up his sleeves and actually, like, applying everything.
You do know, huh?
Right. He sort of looks at you and says, "What are you doing?"
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm helping you.
Why?
Why is a dumb question. I'm doing this because regardless of what happened, and I always find myself just coming right back to you.
Sounds like a curse.
You do notice as you're rolling up his sleeves and applying band-aids, it does actually look like he took a mini nuke to some distance around him. His body looks like he attempted to become a ghoul, but he's already one, so it just kind of double ghouled him.
She just sighs as she takes a swig of her Jack Daniels and then just begins to pour some of it on the wounds.
Oh, God.
Yep.
It may have been several days since you got them, but holy fuck does that burn. Your flesh doesn't heal very well, so yeah, that's not pleasant.
God, how much that thing stinks.
Clean.
If it stings, it's doing its job.
Yeah.
I swear, you're supposed to be the smartest one out of both of us.
Guess there's always room for disappointment.
She then stops for a moment before looking up at him. We need to talk.
Yeah, we do.
Face to face, Wandy.
He takes his hood off and takes off his mask and Much like the arm, there is bloody scars and shit on there as well.
His face looks like he took a couple of tire irons to it repeatedly for days.
At least I got to breathe fresh air this time, whatever that's worth.
And after she's done applying everything, she sits back down in her seat across from him and looking at him. I don't know if this is good news or bad news, but ever since the surgery I went under, I've been nothing but better. If anything, I felt like I haven't aged a day.
Sounds like good news. What about you? Do you think that's good news? Or bad?
If you would have asked me about 3 months ago, I would have said it would have been bad. I won't lie to you anymore when I'm... For the longest time, I wanted to die. I shouldn't even be here. Should be back at Washington. Back home with Paul. Back at... the whole mess. I just wanted it to be done and over with. Pain. I thought I could get used to it, but it just got worse.
Yeah. If you've lived as long as I have, who knows? You want to die still?
You know the main reason why I wanted to die?
That's comforting.
She's like, do you want to know the main reason why I wanted to
No.
die?
Yeah.
She just has a small smile on her face as tears roll up and begin to fall down from her cheeks. I wanted to be with you, dummy. I just wanted... my fiance.
And now?
I want to hear what you have to say, though, before I say. So, everything has happened. I know who you really are. So what are you going to do and make from it?
I've been asking myself that for a long time. Truth be told, I don't know what to do. I thought telling you who I was, there'd be some type of clarity or something. I don't know. I thought maybe you'd You know how long I lived, Avery?
A long time.
156 years. I've lived that long. And I was like you. First few years, I was like you. I wanted to die. Just wanted to stop. I was a monster. Look at me. And you're the light that I was so looking forward to having in my life. I wanted to be with you. That meant going to heaven for you. Or hell, wherever you end up.
No one
But-
everyone at this point's gonna be hell.
But during the time, I got the feeling you just didn't care anymore. The Avery I knew back then was gone. I want you. I want to be with you, and I've done so many things, but I need to know, was it worth it? I like to think it was. Part of me tells me that I was chasing a dream that just wasn't there. Killed people. Innocent, guilty. Raided towns. For you. And not once did I ever get recognized for it.
She's gonna reach over the table and grab a hold of his hand. All I wanted to do was to be with you, James. That's all I ever wanted. I wouldn't have cared. I wouldn't have cared if you killed people or revealed to me that you were a ghoul. I wanted some form of normalcy. When I woke up, when I realized that everything was gone, my whole world was crumbling apart. I needed something. I needed an anchor. But with everything, with walking giant reptilian dinosaur things and mutant bugs and there was nothing for me, and I thought that for a long time. That in the end, I was gonna die as nothing. No one to remember me by. No family. Nothing that I worked hard for. Everything to waste. And overall, the biggest dream that was dead I thought was dead for a long time was the life I wanted to have with you. I would have gone through heaven and hell for you.
I know you would. Somewhere deep inside me, I know you would. Guess I made a mistake in keeping my identity a secret. When you look at me, what do you see?
And she looks at him straight in his eyes. What do I see? I see the man that I fell in love with. I don't care about no scars or anything like that. I fell in love with who you are. That goofy, bumbling kid that I met in high school. The man that I grew up with. Who worked so hard to provide for his mama. Who wanted to become a lawyer. Who worked 3 jobs and ran nothing on but coffee and hot pockets just to get my goddamn leg. That's who I see.
That guy's dead, Avery.
Yeah,
I'm not that boy anymore.
we both ain't. I understand that, but you still shine through. You know? Yeah, we're both different. I sure as hell know I ain't like how I used to be. For a while, I even thought about killing the both of us and just getting it done and over with.
I had a feeling you were thinking of that, honestly. But I hope you're not planning to kill the both of us.
I don't want. Honestly, I just want to be with you. I don't care if we can continue where we left off or we have to start back from ground zero. I still love you. I have the entire time when I was traveling with you. I felt it, you know. I just didn't know it was you. You still were caring. You still did some of your nervous tics that I picked up. Still adorable, by the way.
Nah.
You do that little finger tapping on your leg when you get nervous.
Ah, shit. Yeah. I guess some parts of me aren't dead. You're not
So,
the only one, you know. I went through all that too. I went through the whole wasteland. Watched so many friends of mine die. In so many different ways, I was scared to see it happen to you. And everyone I ever knew since then has either died or left me. Almost everyone. And when I heard that you were wanting to kill yourself, I should have told you who I was, but I don't know. I just didn't want you to see me for who I am, for what I am. I'm not James anymore. It's just the Wanderer. My life was taken away, and I lived through all of it. But the one thing that kept me going, it sounds stupid, but he pulls his glove off, and you see there's a ring on his finger. I kept looking at this, remembering the day when I proposed to you. And I kept on remembering that if I were to kill myself, you would be so pissed with me.
knowing me,
That's why I didn't stop.
knowing me, if I saw you heaven, I probably would have shot you back down to hell.
Yeah. But deep down, I just knew that killing myself was not what you would have wanted. You're the last bit of who I was. I don't want to lose that. But I don't know. I don't know what you think. Do you want to die? Do you want to leave me?
She's going to move her hair, and from her jumpsuit, she's going to reveal her necklace, which also had the ring on it. That's the thing. Uh, I understand if you wanna. I didn't know what your feelings were towards everything, and I didn't know if you would want to still travel with me, or especially after the, oh, I planned on killing you and then myself kind of thing.
Guess we were both wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not the same man as I was before, but I can try if you're willing to stick around with me.
Just be you. That's the man I fell for. But I, for one, would still like to have a life with you. Even if it's dusty and terrible and there's rad roaches, I still want to have that life. If you want to.
Amy. That's what I would have liked to call our daughter.
Well, that's a first. Amy. I actually would have liked that.
Yeah. I've always thought about that life, and still want it.
Well then, though it was unfortunate that the proposal happened the same day as all the sirens blared off. She removes the ring from her necklace and hands it to him. I wouldn't mind trying again. As dumb as that sounds. Of course I'm serious.
And standing around us up as he makes his way up, limping a little bit. He tries his best to get on his knee.
It's about as painful as stabbing yourself in said knee, but you're able to do it.
Oh,
Oh, come on, you don't have to go that extent.
for you, I'd do anything. Avery in 156 years. I've kept you in my mind, in my dreams, in my actions. I hope you can take me back. I hope to marry you once again. And we don't need a wedding. I wanna just spend whatever time we have left out in the wasteland.
With tears going down her eyes, she's going to gently hug him. Yes, I'll happily spend the rest of our time together with you. I love you.
I love you too.
And so you guys do manage to actually make a life with each other. It's hard, it's annoying, it's tiring, it's sad, There's a lot of death and destruction, pain. There's a lot of red roaches. You two spend many, many nights just randomly shooting red roaches. Sometimes Wandy will stab them with an axe. How do you stab something with an axe, you say? With great effort. And throwing it like a javelin. Just, most of the time. But you guys do actually manage to settle down best you can. You guys wander a little bit, as you guys are prone to do. Many more stories to be foretold in the future of the Wanderer and the Red Devil hunting and shouting. But there's always a ring on Avery's finger, and there's always a story that is told. Wherever you two go, a story is made about the Wanderers. Aww. Anything special you two would like to add?
I actually would say that they probably adopted a daughter named named her Amy.
Aww.
Oh, you know what? I have another. They find a baby abandoned, and they take her in, naming it
Aww.
Amelia, Amy for short. And I would say, what was that place that the actual series ended? Where Wandy left.
That would have been hold on. Gotta bring you back here. Passion City with the Enclave.
I guess since Passion City is in good relations with Wanderer for, well, everyone helping to take care of the Brotherhood, that's probably a place where they'd settle down with their child. They would tell her all the things he's been through. The death of Jap Taxi.
And you're waiting for Sasuke and Ace too.
I think last thing Wandy does is he's in his journal. He's at the last page, and he writes, "From day one, I always thought I would never have a happy ending, but I guess the wasteland still has a few surprises. But for now, that is the end of the Wanderer." As he closes the book. And still a bit nervous on having his face shown around everywhere. He would only take it off in private with Avery and their adoptive daughter.
Does Avery write anything in her book?
Yeah. At one point in my life, I thought I wanted to become a mechanic. Take over Paul's shop. And live my life with the man I love. And look at me now, doing the exact same thing. But despite all the trials and the absolute pain that I suffered, I say that in the end it was all worth it. I still got to settle down, have the man that I love, and the family that I've always wanted. Things got tough, and quite honestly, I still feel out of place here, but I couldn't feel any more at home.
Wandy hugs you from behind. What you ran there?
finishing up this last bit of my journal for whoever the fuck's gonna read it in the future.
Maybe Abby can read it once we teach her how to read.
I don't know. There's a lot of cussing and a lot of gory details.
It's the wasteland. She'll get used to it.
You ain't wrong.
Still haven't heard any word of Sasuke or Ace. Winchester's still figuring out the whole daughter female thing.
Oddly enough, you haven't heard from him since.
Yeah.
You guys haven't seen hide or hair from him. You hope that's what's going on with him.
I hope so anyway. Either way, I'm sure we'll see them again.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you,
will.
Ave.
Thank you,
I'm
my love.
Thank you for making me whole again.
Aww.
And she is going to give him a kiss.
Yay! And he kisses her back.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end to the Wanderer's story and the Red Devil. Their daughter will probably inherit that name, knowing her. But for now, that is the
The
end.
Wandering Devil!
That's what I was thinking.
Your guys' kid will become the Wandering Devil, and that's a dangerous combination right there. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of the Wanderer's Tale, the Red Devil's Delight. That is the end of their story. Now, Mr. Jack Rogue, your character has been wandering. He has seen some serious shit in his time. Namely, having to drink milk that was long expired, walking with a man who wore everything and anything you can imagine, a girl whose shotgun was more precious than her existence, a tiny child who committed, probably mass murder from what you've heard, but also
War crimes.
many war crimes, but also, did a lung transplant on another person. A madman who expressed his emotion with masks. You've traveled from place to place, but never have you seen such a group as that. Never have you met a man such as Ace once again, with a hand that he played so well, no matter how shit it may have been, to bluff and to cheat, and to still come out victor, no matter what he did. You've wandered from, place to place, from here to the Mojave. You've met, Caesar's army again. You've outsmarted them time and time again with running and hunting. You've met some gnomes. You've met a lot of gnomes. They haunt you in your very dreams. But you have found solace in the fact that you have in fact met the Gnome King. He apparently was trying to recruit you. You may or may not have shot him.
Oh no. Old habits tend to know.
Old habits die hard, but you eventually made a friendship with him. He has to use a cane because his kneecap no longer exists. But, you made a friendship with him. Gnomes don't attack you anymore. You only sometimes punt kick them over the moon. You haven't done that for a little while now. You're still traumatized every time you try to sleep by the idea of drinking the milk again, and you've heard many stories of this part of the wasteland about Wandy's, activities, about a young doctor who's wandered the wastes with her, brother. And you've, oddly enough, have heard about the fight between the Q Crusaders and the Tapper Deviants dying down just a little bit, back to where they used to be. They're still fighting, but they kind of just don't really interact as much, to the best of your knowledge. Well, is there anything particular that you've been doing in this time, or have you just been trying to find a home or a place to be?
To be honest, during this time, I've kind of, aside from my side quest of finding the source of all of the gnomes,
Mm-hmm.
I think Jack's been trying to clear his mind of that blue milk incident.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming for you.
Oh God. Yeah, he's time and time again has found himself back in the Mojave,
Mm-hmm.
but every time he's left Mojave, came back to the area.
Mm-hmm.
There's something that about this area that that's keeping him in.
Hmm.
I mean, aside from the nightmares and he's kept up his job as a courier.
Mm-hmm.
He's this is
Mm-hmm.
things have been rather quiet. I mean, it has been it's exciting since now he's
The band of
almost
merry travelers left your wake.
exactly, but there's been good things coming of it.
Mhm.
Apparently, the uh Caesar's Legion has
Mm-hmm.
been backing off a little bit because they are tired of having their best being killed off. Well, I assume they're sending their best after me.
Mm-hmm.
If they're sending legionnaires as far as here to just to get me, they
Mm-hmm.
must consider the Quarrier 7 a threat. But
Yeah.
that's the thing about a courier with the Mojave Express.
Mm-hmm.
You don't mess with the person delivering your mail. They have a reputation, and even if you
Indeed.
kill them,
No one takes the
they have a
place.
tendency of no takes its place, or the off chance they come back alive.
Hmm. Yeah.
Either
So
to
you've been hunting around, delivering the mail, trying not to get shot, probably avoiding it pretty damn well. Delivering what needs to be delivered and listening to stories and enjoying your life as is, always coming back to the same Mojave Desert. Always losing your money only to gain it back once more to make a deal with the gnomes.
yeah, I mean, I'm still looking out for that one guy named Ace. Still need a rematch with him.
Still need to get a beer with him.
Yep.
You don't hear too much about him, unfortunately. His tale will be on Saturday for the viewers, but what you do hear of him will be told in that episode, as well as a very special ending we done that episode. But for now, Jack is in his element. He's wandering with packages. He's making deals and with the devil himself and walking away unscarred. He has embraced chaos and extremes. He's met with a gnome king, shot him in the leg, and is walking it off. Avery and
Yeah.
Wandy have found a life together and love to share. A child who may be even more insane and dangerous than they are. And they are raising her in the hellish wasteland that is the insane passionate place of Passion City with two insane parents. So, for now, this is the end of those tales. If you guys would like to come by on Saturday at 7 p.m. PST, we will be finishing the story of Titan's Clash by explaining the story of Sasuke and Ace. And maybe, just maybe, finding out what exactly Winchester's been up to this entire time. So do join us then. We'll be starting up right then and there. It will be the last episode of Titan's Clash. We will be officially finishing the series this Saturday. I hope to see many of you guys there as we see some insanity. And if you guys want to see what happened to Mr. Krampus, go check out the one-shot that we did quite a long time ago. And you guys will get to see what happened to Krampus when the two of them found him. Now, we did do that a long time ago, so obviously we don't have quite the same connections we do now, so there's going to be a little bit of weirdness between the characters, but that's where he ended up, is, up there in the episode. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. If you guys did, leave us a follow on our Twitter, on our Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Purgatory Corner. So feel free to follow that and go to our YouTube Tables of Tartarus if you guys want to see all of our archived videos. And if you guys want to support us, because we are going to be posting this onto our Patreon, do go over there. We're going to be posting an audio series of us doing our next series called Armageddon, which we're going to be starting in a couple weeks. We're going to be basically turning it into more or less a podcast and actually posting that onto our Patreon, which anyone can see. And if it gets liked enough, we may make it so you guys have to pay to do it, but for now it's going to be free. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Go check out all that stuff. And thank you guys for joining me on this adventure. The players, I love you folks. This was an amazing ending to an amazing story. And I'm so glad you guys let me be your DM for this, because it was a journey. It was an interesting time. Thank you so much. And we'll be seeing you guys in the next episode. Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye-bye.
Later, guys.
Sayonara.